correct. If Anthony Joshua won, Anthony killed this guy. Listen, a lot of questions, blah blah blah. Only one my answer. Anthony Joshua is Olympic champion. First.
Yeah.
Jack Paul, it's it's a sportsman, YouTuber, showman. Rolls Royce, Fiat.
How do you think that's gonna go?
Man, Anthony Joshua, I don't know why I think Anthony Joshua would knock him out. No disrespect to Jake Paul, I think Anthony Joshua would knock him out. I'm saying like within like 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
You saw what Anthony Joshua did to Francis Ngannou?
Yeah.
Come on, I've never seen Francis get knocked.
When he touches him for the first time with a pair of 10-ounce gloves on, he's going to get the fright of his life.
Well, the boxing world is crackling tonight, and Oleksandr Usyk has just thrown a thunderbolt Jake Paul's way. Usyk isn't joking around. He's warning everyone to pray for Jake before he steps in with Anthony Joshua. And why? Because Usyk has felt that power. He knows exactly how devastating Joshua's punches are. And in his eyes, Jake Paul simply won't survive a taste of genuine heavyweight firepower.
Listen, it's true. Yeah, I'm not. Типа я не обзываюсь.
I have nothing bad in mind.
Yeah. It's just true. It's business, more money. Only this.
So we need to pray for Jake Paul.
Yes. I will pray, Jake.
And here's a moment that truly sends shockwaves through the boxing world. Even Logan Paul cannot mask the truth anymore. He openly admits it. Anthony Joshua is a perfect gladiator, a man who annihilates real heavyweight champions with terrifying precision. And when Jake Paul's own brother speaks like this, you know the scale of the challenge ahead. Joshua is built for danger, built for war, while Jake Paul, he's walking straight into something far too real, far too ruthless for the YouTube ring.
The experience difference, Anthony Joshua is a former heavyweight champion who's knocked out heavyweight champions.
Has he ever tried like Ozempic or Manjaro?
This is a guy who is already perfect.
Okay.
He's perfect.
Okay.
He's like, if you could sculpt like a perfect gladiator human being, it's Anthony Joshua.
Oleksandr Usyk is sending a stark warning to Jake Paul, making it clear just how far Anthony Joshua towers above him. A 5-time world champion who has proven himself at the highest level, from Olympic gold to professional dominance. Jake Paul has never faced anyone with this kind of skill, power, and experience. And stepping into the ring with Joshua will be extremely dangerous, almost unforgiving.
Who will be 3-time Olympic Games, not take medal. Not bronze, not silver, not gold. But this guy, 5-time win world champion. This guy say, hey listen, I can give this is 5 medal to take only 1 bronze medal Olympic Games. Bronze.
Tony Bellew is making it crystal clear. Jake Paul may think he's improving, but he's nowhere near Anthony Joshua's level. Joshua has faced real champions, world-class opponents who have tested him to the limit, and fans need to understand that Jake Paul simply lacks the experience, the power, and the skill to handle a fighter of this caliber. Even seasoned pros know Joshua's punches are lethal, and stepping into the ring with him will be a brutal, unforgiving test for Jake Paul.
Because I actually believe he's better than what people think he is.
He is better than people think he is, but doesn't mean you can take on the former unified heavyweight champion of the world. I know some white collar fighters who are really good, but you ain't getting in with me, and I'm 42. I'll take your whiskers off your chin.
Anthony Joshua is showing total focus and unwavering determination. Ready for action, hungry to fight at the very highest level. Fans need to understand, Joshua trains like a true professional warrior and has faced some of the toughest fighters on the planet. Jake Paul, by contrast, is inexperienced against real boxers. And with Joshua's readiness, skill, and sheer hunger, he becomes an incredibly dangerous opponent, one who will control every single moment in the ring.
Last fight, it's great. Because Anthony is Olympic champion, Francis Ngannou, it's second fight for boxing. Listen.
Dillian Whyte is laying it out straight. Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua is a very bad idea. Fans need to know Joshua has faced bigger, stronger opponents and can adapt instantly under pressure. Jake Paul simply doesn't have the experience to survive against a real champion, and this fight will showcase Joshua's control, power, and precision, leaving everyone shocked as they watch Paul struggle against true elite competition.
Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bad idea. That's a bad idea. But let me tell you what. A lot of people watch that one.
Will you watch it?
Sure. You know what everybody's tuning in for on that one. I think everybody's going to get what they've finally been waiting for.
Michael Bisping is making it clear. Anthony Joshua is so skilled, so strong, that beating Jake Paul is almost a certainty. Fans need to understand, Joshua has faced real champions, top-level competition, while Jake Paul has not. This fight will be a brutal reality check for Paul, exposing his lack of experience and showcasing Joshua's sheer dominance and power to the entire boxing world.
He was man enough. He was willing to test himself. He would prove everyone wrong, all his critics, like me. By the way, I'm not like out there on an island by myself. Everyone says the same thing, and he would potentially prove all of those critics wrong. Well, yeah, he would, maybe, unless there's some funny business, right? And for Anthony Joshua, as I said, this is kind of a lose-lose, right? Because if he wins, people are still going to say, well, you only beat Jake Paul, right? The man that lost to Tommy Fury, after all, right? That's the only loss in his record, Tommy Fury. You're telling me that Tommy Fury's going to beat him and then Anthony Joshua's not going to beat him? So if he beats him, he gets no credit. And if he loses, then holy sh**. Can you imagine? That would be the biggest downfall of any boxer's career. The reality is,
Duke McKenzie is leaving no doubt Anthony Joshua holds all the advantage. He suggests this could be the easiest fight of Joshua's career, while Jake Paul is stepping into extreme danger. Fans need to understand, if Joshua lands those power punches, Paul could be in serious trouble. This fight isn't just about competition, it's about exposing the massive gap in skill and experience between a world champion like Joshua and a social media star. Joshua's dominance in this matchup is all but guaranteed.
It'll be the easiest fight of his career. If he wants to get 100 million and not even break sweat, you know, you take the fight. Is it going to enhance his stock as the world's #1 contender? Not at all, because nobody's going to take Jake Paul seriously. But on the other hand, I don't even want to play devil's advocate. What if Joshua hurts this guy, seriously hurts this guy, and puts this guy in...
Tommy Fury is issuing a stark warning. Jake Paul is in for an absolute shock. Even someone like Fury could pose a challenge to Paul, but Anthony Joshua operates on an entirely different level. Fans need to understand, Joshua's strength, skill, and precision are unmatched, and he could finish Jake Paul very quickly. The gap in experience, talent, and ring IQ is enormous, making this fight extremely one-sided. Jake Paul is stepping into the ring with a man ready to dominate from the very first bell.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute.
David Benavidez is making it very clear. Anthony Joshua is a proven champion. Fans need to understand, his Olympic gold medal and multiple world titles speak to his incredible talent. He has crushed opponents with far less experience, and Jake Paul is nowhere near ready for someone of Joshua's caliber. This fight will expose the massive gap in skill and serve as a tough lesson for Paul, with Joshua's record and experience making him almost untouchable in the ring.
But Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him.
Spencer Oliver is issuing a clear warning. Jake Paul is simply not prepared for Anthony Joshua. Fans need to know, Joshua has knocked out top-level athletes like Francis Ngannou in just a few rounds. A clear display of his power and skill. Jake Paul's previous opponents were nowhere near this level, and his only serious fight ended in defeat. This bout will expose Paul's limitations, with Joshua's Olympic and professional experience dominating every single minute. Stepping into the ring with Joshua is a massive step up and a very dangerous move for Jake Paul.
God help Jake Paul, that's all I can say. We saw that what Anthony Joshua had done to Francis Ngannou. He went out there and iced him in a couple of rounds. A guy coming from a different discipline. Well, this kid's coming from another level. You know, white-collar boxing in 2018, gone through the mill, and the only boxer really that he's actually boxed, a legitimate boxer he got beat by, and that was in Tommy Fury. Now he's...
Spencer Oliver is pointing out a harsh truth. Jake Paul is overconfident and underestimating Anthony Joshua. Fans need to understand, Joshua's experience and skill will easily neutralize any wild shots Paul tries. Having faced top heavyweights, Joshua knows exactly how to control the ring, and Paul's hope for a lucky punch is extremely risky. Against Joshua's Olympic training, professional discipline, and devastating power, this fight heavily favors the champion and highlights the dangerous gap between them.
I truly believe, watching the press conference yesterday, I truly believe that he believes he's going to win the fight. He's got to just get into range, land a shot, and he'll knock Anthony Joshua out. Well,
Johnny Nelson is leaving no doubt. Anthony Joshua's size and power give him a massive advantage over Jake Paul. Fans need to understand, Joshua has faced some of the hardest hitters in boxing and has controlled every fight with his strength and skill. Jake Paul's lack of experience and physicality makes him extremely vulnerable, and this bout will put Joshua's power on full display, showing just how dangerous he truly is. Paul is stepping into a ring where Joshua is expected to dominate from start to finish.
The Jake Paul in our world. So there'll be more of a judgment on Anthony Joshua than there will be on Jake Paul, because Anthony Joshua is expected to get this boy blasted out of there.
Carl Froch is making it crystal clear. Jake Paul is completely outclassed by Anthony Joshua. Fans need to understand, Joshua's timing, distance, and experience make him almost impossible to beat. Paul has already shown he struggles against professional boxers, as his loss to Tommy Fury proved. Joshua's skill and precision will dominate every second of the fight, and it's unlikely Paul will survive beyond a few rounds. The gap in experience and technique is enormous, making this matchup a serious mismatch, with Joshua's dominance obvious to everyone watching.
This is a one-round job, because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud.
Henry is questioning Jake Paul's confidence as he faces Anthony Joshua. Fans need to understand, Joshua is bigger, stronger, and far more experienced than anything Paul has ever faced. The gap in size and skill is massive, and this fight will lay bare Paul's lack of preparation. Joshua's training and professional pedigree make him a dangerous opponent who can control every round, and Paul is taking an enormous risk. This bout will expose every weakness he has inside the ring.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Jake Paul has gone from this fight to this fight. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but one is a little bit bigger than the other. So what is going on here? Why does Jake Paul think that this is something he can do?
Jake Paul may be boasting about his power and skill, but fans need to understand that Anthony Joshua has faced far stronger and more skilled opponents. Joshua's experience, technique, and ring intelligence make him far superior to Paul. Any pressure Jake thinks he can apply simply won't work against a champion of Joshua's caliber. This fight will expose the enormous gap between social media boxing and true professional boxing, with Joshua fully prepared to control the bout and prove that Paul is out of his depth and in serious danger.
So powerful, so skillful, relentless pressure.
Where's he from?
He's from Arizona.
U.S.
Yeah.
Here we are, the showdown everyone's talking about. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. And let me tell you, this is going to be a brutal reality check. Joshua, Olympic gold, multiple-time world champion, fought the very best heavyweights. He's on another level. Jake Paul might have power, he might have confidence, but he's never faced someone with Joshua's speed, skill, and ring IQ. Every expert, every former champion says the same thing. Joshua will dominate from the opening bell. This isn't just about throwing punches, it's about controlling the ring, exploiting weaknesses, and showing who really belongs at the top. Jake Paul's overconfidence could cost him dearly, while Joshua is ready, hungry, and more than capable of proving his dominance. Who's backing Joshua? Or do you think Paul can survive a real heavyweight test? Let's hear it.